Hi guys, Mr. Jaeger here, and we're back on H3VR. Like, literally a day after I record the bloody intro to patch 52, patch 13, the game goes into live. Yay! So, yes, content, and lots of it. So obviously, if you haven't heard by now, H3VR has finally gone into full, like, the patch 52 has finally gone live, and my stupid goggles are... Sorry, my thing is steaming up. I don't know if the lasers are... Hey, look, I can point a laser at myself and it doesn't hurt. Oh, doesn't it? Okay, so I'll deal with the whole thing. I shall endure this thing because I can't wait. So we have now got ourselves patch 52 for live. So if you haven't done any of the alphas, oh my god, you're in for a treat. So, apart from all the things that have been talked about in the past, we now have a couple of new things. One of these things is this thing, which is the... I'm gonna just kind of try and remember. Shiggity-shiggity-sha. Oh, he's changed how it goes. Oh, there you go. The M9A3, which has a slightly larger magazine size. I think 17 rounds instead of 15. And it also has a Picatinny underside. I'm sorry if I have to look really like... it's because, unfortunately, my goggles are steaming up, so that means that my upper area of vision is blurred. So we've got a Picatinny underside, which is awesome. Magazine is also looking pretty damn awesome. As I said, like 17 rounds in this thing. Has this sort of deserty tan colour, which I do quite like. And I apologise, my accuracy is going to be terrible. So, not bad. To all intents and purposes, it is a M9 with really nice looking magazine. To all intents and purposes, it's just a slightly better version of the M9, like a 1911A1. So, there's that. Obviously, also, to now everyone who didn't participate in the betas, you now have, as said, a shitload of new things. You have all the new shotguns, the breech loaders, I said shotguns. You've now got all of these magical little apparatuses as well. So, you know, it's all live, it's all good, but let's be honest, guys. There's only one real reason why we're here, and one main reason why we're recording this. Oh, das Maschinengewehr 42. I've held this thing in real life. I have regretfully not fired this thing in real life, but I aim to change that this year. Or at least at some point in my life. It is amazing. Oh yeah, there's the M249. But look at this MG42. I mean, seriously, look at this absolute beauty of a weapon. Oh, it's so good. I've held one in real life. Oh, it is way lighter in this game. Oh my god, I'm gonna choose. Sorry, I am... You probably are. Oh, dude, this thing's incredible. Okay, so, just gonna say now, childhood love of mine. I say childhood. It's funny, I grew up hating Germany during Second World War. Like, years ago, when I was a kid playing video games, I was all about the Allies. I could not stop singing the praises of the Allies. Every day, unfortunately... Bloody goggles are steaming up, so I can't quite imagine. It's because the MG42's in the room. Like, for years, I was always an Allied supporter. I was like, yay, Allies, boo, Germans, Nazis, like, you know, your average mainstream opinion of the German forces during the Second World War. Then I started playing games like Men of War, and I was like, that's actually a pretty cool tank. Damn, the Germans have got some pretty good gear on them. And I started learning all the different kinds of tanks that they had. I started to recognize the German vehicles before I started to recognize the Allied vehicles. And eventually I discovered this little beauty. Like, when it was historically recreated, not like the most video games do, where they either give this thing a very slow firing rate of like 800 rounds per minute, or like 9 or 700 on some occasions, or they just made it sound like just a beeping sound. This actually sounds a lot better in real life, as well as in most other video games. Oh, hello. Has he changed the... Oh, I might need to recalibrate my whole belt thing. It's fine, we'll roll with this. So, yes, for anyone who has not learned about this beautiful machine gun already, this is the MG42, or Maschinengewehr 42. It is a very famous weapon, known as Hitler's buzzsaw due to its 1,200 round cycling rate. It is the general-purpose machine gun of the German army, and yes, to a degree, it's a disadvantage because 1,200 rounds per minute does kind of mean that you're going to have a lot of guys carrying the guns. But when your ammunition, but when your squad style of combat is designed around the machine gun, it was all right. Unfortunately, we don't have any belts, unlike the bastard 249. We only have this 50-round drum mag. Oh, this is going to be amazing. I made jizz. Sorry, I love this thing too much. So, what you can't do in VR, but you most certainly need to do in real life, is you see a very easy mistake. I say easy. You assume, having not fired the thing before, that when you fire your gun, when you fire the MG42, you put your right shoulder where, you know, the stock is and whatever, you put your right shoulder in the stock and you put your hand on the top to steady it. You're not supposed to do that. This weird little thing at the bottom is where you put your left, sort of, like the webbing between your thumb and your hand, and you hold it like so. And that actually helps aim down the sights better because your muggy hand isn't in the way, and you can actually more accurately shoot. Speaking of which... Oh, yes, of course. I'm being an idiot. What you're supposed to do... Pull this belt across. And now you do this. Sorry, my brain went stupid for a sec. Oh, that's so good. Okay, let's focus, Mr. Jaeger. Look at that pinpoint accuracy! It didn't hit shit, but it... Look at the... Oh, spread of the rounds. Right. Okay. I'm good. Okay. I'm so needing a change of underwear. Right. Look at that. Like a laser. Please, Anton, give us a belt. A big belt. Not this Coca-Cola can of amazingness. Oh, it's so good. But you can see how the spring system is intended. Like, okay, I know a fair amount about certain aspects of this gun, and I've had the blessed fortune of being taught some things by the guys who actually fire these things. I'm still going to learn. I'm going to reenactments. This is going to be amazing. But just look at the seemingly... It's complicated. It's German. It has to be. But how, to a degree, it also is fairly simple. You pull the cock back, the charging handle back, the bolt comes back. You can see the spring receiving into that. Let's put another one in because I want to. And also... I probably should mention this as part of the update. The belt system, which is now finally part of H3VR, provides a dynamic... Actually, we'll take the magazine off. Can I? No, okay. So I guess we can't do it with that, but hang on, I'll just put the other one there. I assume we can do that with this. Can you? No, you have to... okay, so you have to put it on the weapon. So for the sake of... For the sake of, I have to be honest with you. There we go. For the sake of this video, we'll have to do it like so. So what you can do, it's not quite accurate. It's not quite historically accurate. It's not quite realistic because normally you can just pull this thing out and let it flop over the sides or whatever. But hey, first belt, I like it. Belt-fed weapons are amazing. So the way that this works is you can pull out a dynamic. There you go. Ooh, okay. I can see the limit. So, normally what you could do is you can see there's like a dynamic belt feeding system. So you can actually lift the rounds out and act like a saw. Or whatever kind of saw that is. And it's also got a variety of different rounds inside. Some of them are tracers, some of them are average, some of them are probably designed to make some rather messy things. But enough of that shit, that's not what we're here for. Fuck that gun, for the time being. This is what we're here for. So this fires a 7 point... Oh no, okay, sorry, I didn't actually see these. Goggles. So okay, you can only take the large ones. Got it. So, when attaching this thing, as I said, there's only 50 rounds. This thing fires a 7.92mm Kurtz, and God, it's even got like the tabs and everything. It's incredible. But yeah, so normally what you're supposed to do is this little tab here. I'm trying to remember everything. You either push that down or flip it up. That comes up. You feed the ammunition down. You go down. You pull this. Obviously, which you know, now the gun is now that oh, clever. Wait, so okay, rounds for some reason disappear. If I leave it like that, is that? Oh no, okay. So apparently, if you hold the thing open, the rounds disappear. That's part of the game, by the way. That's nothing on that thing. So we'll hold it whilst I keep it there. So basically, now that you've fed the round into this thing, which by the way, metal. That isn't plastic or the disappearing belt systems that we have nowadays. That is metal. So when that thing fires, that would come out, and your second, or number 2, would normally help either feed the rounds out or get rid of the crap around it. Normally when you're firing an MG42, you don't have these drum mags. Normally you have, like, for example, a belt, or like a belt in a box, close by, which a number 2 would feed the ammunition into the MG42 for you. I should know. I've been a number 2. And yes, you can joke about the whole being the shit thing, but trust me, when you're a number 2 on the MG42, you need to be careful because A, rounds are hot, and B, it's quite an important job to keep the rounds as level and as, you know, straight towards the target as possible, because misfeeds and jams are way more common utilizing the metal systems rather than the disappearing ones, because obviously, you know, refinement and whatnot, but still. So the MG42 finally in. I'm looking forward to the MG34. Obviously the 42 has a more special place in my heart, but the first general purpose machine gun, let's actually take it off the bipod, because a man fires an MG42 from the hip. Doesn't hit shit, but who cares? This is just addictive. Oh, he says as he fails. Totally inaccurate firing method. Oh, this game is perfect. I cannot describe it. If you told me as a child, by the way, there's a video game which allows you to actually feel like you're holding a gun in real life, treat it like a gun in real life, almost, and fire guns like they would in real life, I would have just said, no, that's too good. That can't happen. Before asking, who the fuck are you and why are you in my mum's house? So anyway, well, now, who the hell are you? Because I used to say hell a lot. So anyway, now we'll go on to this thing, which is obviously the more complex of the two. This is the M249. I'm going to assume he's this. This almost looks like the L111. Yeah, this looks like the British version of the British machine gun. Yeah, it's M249. Apparently this looks fairly similar to the, I mean, I have to be honest with you. My knowledge on these things is not perfect modern weaponry, but this feels a little bit like the British version. The L111A9? Or the L111... Oh, M110. Like, for some reason, Britons can't come up with a decent name. But look, this one has more things! So instead of just having it... Wait, so if I get an MG42, do I get, like, the belt? I assumed... Yeah, it's only a jump. So... You get the, obviously, 200-round belt box, but you can get a magazine for this, because, of course you would. And if you want to be like Bucky from from Infinity Wars, there you go. You're welcome. Oh, there's on the top. I'm just like, oh, okay. So this one is magazine fed, so you just have to do that, and magazine's already in. And you put that down. You get this very pathetic... No, we're not having that. If we're having a fucking M249, we're giving it an M249 worthy attachment. I work with this thing in the 3rd RB. Come on now. Where's my favourite ACOG? ACOG. Really? No ACOGs? Son of a bitch. Like, it's really awkward that I can't quite see. Is that it? Okay, you know what? That'll do. I can't even see with the stupid... Oh, fuck. I tell you what, VR, you're amazing when you work, but when you don't, you're an arse. Okay, so... Put that belt down there. Okay, so... This is the 100-round magazine from... See how you fare. Well, shit. Not bad. Now, that's the 100 round. Let's have a look at the belt fed. Because I like belt fed. Can I? Yes, I can. Sweet. Don't let me reload the scene, boys. Okay. See, that's more an appropriate thing. So what you do, lift that. Ah. I think I found a problem. You're not supposed to have the... You know what? We'll go without scope for the sake of my personal grief. Okay, so... Game, come on. Let's get the belt out. Dunk. You in? Yep, we're in. So as you can see, the difference between, for example... I don't have any mags, do I? Oh, I do. I do. Right. So you can see the difference... Oh, God, I'm making such a mess. Right, M9. You can fuck off. Magazine, away, almost. Broken ACOG, away, same thing. Right, okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of a comparison. I am taking so much time on this, but you know what? Lesson on guns, shall we say? Okay, so just take that out and put that on like so. MG42, sexiest gun alive. Okay, so you can see the difference in terms of how the belt the belt system works on a gun 70 years ago. Metallic. Admittedly, this was not always the case with other belt-fed machine guns. Some machine guns still had the cloth, which I'm rather impressed at. And also some other weapons had different methods, but the Germans in World War II had this method, which was really cool. What was actually kind of cool as well is these things you can actually... you can have, like, for example, a 50 or whatever of these, and then what you could do is there was a little, like, sort of hook system on the end of one of these belts, and you could, like, clip on another belt system, so you could, like, chain them together. It's awesome. But yeah, these things did not disintegrate. And when I say disintegrate, these things, for example, if I'm not mistaken, well, after you fire a certain amount of these things, the links keeping the belt bullets together kind of just disintegrate, allowing you to not really have to worry about having to find these things, because those aren't cheap in real life, and thus allowing you to fire and forget, almost. I mean, I don't know what the modern practice is regarding the operation of these things, but you don't want to drop these belts because it's expensive and no one makes them anymore. Right, so that's all ready to go, and K'N42 is better. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have what is better competition with a slight hint of bias. So this is the M249. I almost went short. I'm just going to say from one of my my commanding officers in the 3rd RB, long barrel. There's a video of one of my armor videos. You watch it. It explains everything. So anyway, so this is the M249, 850 rounds per minute, normally fitted with a 200 round belt box mag, Picatinny sights and everything. Brilliant automatic rifle. Like, don't take my bias for lack of awareness of how good this thing is. It is bloody good. It is fantastically good. I like that more. Might have spoiled the ending for the competition. And away we go. sure the bolt's meant to do something. Ooh, have I fired everything yet? No! Oh, there you go. He's got it right. So, that's 200 rounds of M249 5.56. There you go. So that's the M249 long barrel. Very lovely weapon. So, modern, effective, and also probably the best all-around. Like, wow, I made art. Woo! I should sell that for thousands of dollars. The best all-around light machine. Well, I say light machine. AR roll. I don't really know of any other machine gun that ticks as many boxes for just good LMG as that one does. So, what's the clue? Actually, what I'll do, get the belts back in. We'll have a speed test, see if we can fire 200 rounds. Okay, on my marks, get set, have fun! Ah! Penis. Ooh. I'm just going to test something. Dynamic rounds. There you go, boys. Okay, so that's a sufficient amount of amazingness. Oh, fuck it, one more. Oh, shit, no. So, there you go, guys. The two new machine gun belt-fed systems that are available in patch 52. It is now live. God bless it so. Anyway, so yes, we are in patch 52. It has finally arrived, and now I'm sure there will probably be a mountain of demands made by everyone around towards Anton saying, bring this machine gun in! Bring this machine gun in! Bring this machine... All I'm going to say is, beautiful job. I only have two really kind of slightly... Okay, I wouldn't say desperate... Not demands, but desperate pleas. Bigger magazine for the MG42. MG34 with the same amount of ammo. Pretty please. Please. I'll catch up with you another time, guys. So, yes, thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of content, let me know in the comment section down below. I will be posting a link down in the description for the whole shebang of patch 52. If you haven't thought about getting this game, I'm not being paid to say this, but I'm saying this anyway, get this game. If you like firearms, if you like, you know, utilizing them in an amazing fashion, if you like certain weapons, like for argument's sake, a fucking beautiful 1897 trench shotgun, then please, by the love of God, support this game. Buy it, have fun with it, give Anton as much time and as patience as you need, because every time he comes up with something, it just is fucking amazing. I have never been so happy to spend the money that I've had on this game. And it's cheap. It's cheap. It cost me 15 quid. I paid £15 and I got probably what was equivalent to a 60 to £100 game. And it's getting bigger. There is no time. He's not saying, right, that's it, that's your lot, that's all I'm going to say. No, this is going on for as long as it's possible, so please make it more possible. This game is worth it, every single penny. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. This is Mr. Jaeger, signing out.